Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's Finance Committee meeting. I'm Councilmember Justin Brannan. I have the privilege of chairing the Committee on Finance. I'd also like to officially introduce and welcome Kathleen Ahn, our new counsel to the Finance Division. Kathleen returns to the City Council, having worked here previously, and we're happy to have her back. Thank you so much, Kathleen. Okay, today the committee will be voting on two items, a bid-related resolution and everyone's favorite, a transparency resolution. The bid resolution concerns the public hearing required to increase the amount to be expended annually beginning on July 1, 2022 for 5 business improvement districts or bids as follows. Fifth Avenue Association for $8 million approximately, 125th Street for approximately $1.6 million, Columbus Amsterdam bid for $650,000, the Dumbo bid for $2.5 million, and the Court Livingston Skimmerhorn $1.8 million. It sets the date for a public hearing on October 12, 2022 at 10 a.m. in the City Council Committee Room on the second floor of City Hall right next to us here. At that public hearing, we'll consider a local law that would increase the annual expenditures of the 5 bids I've just mentioned. Next, we have the transparency resolution. The transparency resolution sets forth the new designation and changes in the designation of certain organizations receiving local aging, anti-poverty, and youth discretionary funding, and funding pursuant to certain initiatives in the city budget. As with all transparency resolutions, council members will have to sign a disclosure form indicating whether or not a conflict exists with any of the groups on the attached list. If any council member has a potential conflict of interest with any of the organizations listed, they have the opportunity to disclose the conflict at the time of their vote. As a reminder, please disclose any conflicts you may have with proposed subcontractors used by organizations sponsored by discretionary funding. These disclosures must be made before the subcontractor can be approved. Disclosure forms must be completed and submitted prior to the vote on the transparency resolutions and may be emailed to Julius Caranda, who is also present today in chambers to answer your questions. Are there any questions on these items from the members here today? Okay, seeing none, I will now ask our committee clerk, the immortal Billy Martin, to call the roll.
I like that one. Good morning, William Martin, Committee Clerk. Roll call vote, Committee on Finance. Items are coupled. Chair Brannan.
I vote aye on all.
Ayala.
I vote aye on all.
Moya.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Powers.
I vote aye.
Lewis. Brooks. Powers.
Aye on all.
Barron.
Aye on all.
Brewer.
I vote aye, and particularly want to commend Columbus Amsterdam, Peter Arnst, who's the director, and his Open Street. He's been there for many, many years, and the bid is terrific. I vote aye.
Farias.
I vote aye on all.
Hanks. Hudson.
Aye on all.
Kagan. Osei.
Aye on all.
Sanchez.
Permission to explain my vote?
Yes.
Thank you, Chair. I'm going to vote aye on the bid assessment increases, and I have to abstain following some unclarities and changes in groups that were funded previously in my district and now are not following my maternity leave. So I will abstain from the transparency resolution until later today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Velasquez.
Aye on all.
Juan. Carr.
I'd like to disclose on the record that my spouse is a student at CUNY, and we are funding CUNY in this transparency resolution. And with that, I'm going to be voting no on pre-considered resolution 327 and aye on the rest. Thank you.
Thank you. Proposed resolution number 306A has been adopted by the committee with 16 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, no abstentions, and pre-considered resolution in relation to transparency has been adopted by the committee with 14 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative, and 1 abstention.
Do we get Councilmember Barron's vote?
Yes, sir.
Yes, but I just wanted to disclose on the record.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
that my son, Jelani Johnson, works for Brooklyn Media, or Arts Media. I wanted to disclose that.
Thank you. Councilmember Velasquez has a disclosure.
Yes.
I'd like to disclose, my brother is a board member at Samaritans, and my husband's a deputy commissioner at DEP.
Yes.
Councilmember Kagan.
Yes. Thank you. I would like to disclose that my daughter is a student at CUNY College, and we're funding CUNY through these resolutions. Thank you.
I'd like to disclose on the record that my sibling attends Middle School 127, the Castle Hill School, and it is being funded on this transparency resolution.
Billy, I think we're going to hold it open. You guys can all go, unless you want to hang out with me. Yeah, yeah, you could stay. Marjorie, you have to stay.